They asked AI, what would happen to the price of silver and gold if President Biden does not seek re-election? If he steps down, if he says that's it, what does that do to precious metals? What kind of policies would need to change in order to bring gold and silver down?
America first. America first. That's the only policy.
SD Bullion is at it again, but this time with a monster box full of Silver Tree of Life coins. Enter today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
How you doing?
Tim, great to see you back. Did you enjoy your vacation to Austria?
It was terrific. We went to Vienna to see the opera house. It's on the Philharmonic, both gold and silver.
Right, you've got an interesting ancestry.
Yes, his name is Heinrich August Marschner.
Heinrich?
And Henry August.
There he is right there.
He used to have a bust in the Great Composers Hall at the Vienna Opera House. Marschner was there because his 6 operas played at that opera house.
He's one of the most popular German opera composers of all time, Tim.
He is.
And I have to say, the resemblance here, just look at this. It is uncanny. Look at that.
I know. The reason for going to Austria in the first place was to go to the Formula One Grand Prix.
Right.
So it was a terrific vacation.
So glad you did that. You need to do that more often.
I do, yes. That's the business is fun. It's still fun for me.
A lot of gold coming in.
A lot of gold coming in. This is kind of unusual for as much, but it is the fact that it went over 2,400.
And why did it go over 2,400?
It's not a good situation.
Right.
The finances of the country are getting worse by the minute.
My question, as it pertains to silver and gold, what happens if Joe Biden does not run for re-election?
Well, stepping down is one part of it. Getting a Republican elected, that's the important part of it. Because if the same party that has been abusing this president for the last 4 years, the same party that is feeding him lie after lie after lie, because he believes what he says. In that debate, that was the one thing that was obvious. Every other thing he said was a lie, but that's what his handlers are feeding him.
No, who's running the show here, Tim? Is it?
That's a good question. Hunter has that Al Capone complex, and Jill has the Eva Peron complex. I'm not sure, honestly. You can't assume it's somebody intelligent who's controlling this government, because everything they're doing is wrong. And the way that this guy has been abused, it's really unforgivable. The debate was a disaster. When the guy you're debating says, I have no idea what he just said, and I don't think he knows what he just said. We all know what's going on in this economy. We all know that the finances of the country are absolutely broken. Everybody knows how high inflation is. He's only a few years older than I am, but I would hate to see, if I were president of the country, I would like to know a little more about the truth and not being fed stuff that they want me to repeat to the press. Trump at least talks about it. A lot of things that he says make good sense. He's against the central bank digital currency. He is for restoring the dollar's value as a reserve currency. All these things are good for the country. And, 1 ounce gold, as long as the coins are pristine, are probably going to be in that $2,400 range. Very good. See you then. All right, bye.
That person wanted to know.
What he could sell all his gold for.
This is a remarkable day to watch.
It is, and I showed you that big bill that I have to pay, so I'm going to have to be dumping some cash in the bank at great expense.
Oh, bye.
Ooh, what is that, Tim?
You can open it. Go ahead.
Ooh.
I pick on the older guy. He's really good and very diligent and very careful about everything. But I said, where's the pretty girl? So what is it?
10-ounce Engelhard bars. Very cool. Somebody sent that to you, Tim?
Yeah,
Wow.
but they didn't need to pay that much. There are two ways to send it. How many bars are there, roughly? What's the total number of ounces?
80 ounces.
And he probably sent them when there was around 29 and a half or something, maybe 30. Let's say it's 30.
Yep.
So each one is $300, right?
Yep.
And there are 8 of them. It's $2,400. Okay, so if you take this insurance here and you and at $600, it's $1,225, then $1.90 for every 100 after that. That's what he should have paid, $37.65.
Wow. So what are you telling people right now who want to send you bars and silver, gold, all the heavy stuff especially?
Okay, if it's over $1,500, actually, I would say over $1,200, send it registered mail. Okay? Registered mail is much safer, and you don't get screwed on the insurance.
If he steps down, if he says that's it, what does that do to precious metals?
It's better for the dollar because we have an administration, potentially have an administration that wants to boost the dollar. If the dollar index goes up, the metals go down. And that has been the case for the last, I don't know how many years, because the hedge funds have changed that dynamic quite a bit. But typically, if the dollar index goes up, the metals go down. Right. I think that is, it's time we had to pull back in gold and silver. Silver not as much as gold, because gold is a worldwide currency. There are still a lot of central banks buying gold.
A lot.
The Chinese, I think, are helping the hedge funds in America by saying they're not currently buying gold. But it will have a definite effect on the metals.
All right, so they asked AI.
AI.
What would happen to the price of silver and gold if President Biden does not seek re-election? It was an interesting response. It talked about the political uncertainty feeding into the market's uncertainty, feeding into monetary uncertainty with the Fed, and basically said that uncertainty would probably boost metals short term, 3 to 5% for gold and 5 to 7% for silver. Okay. That was AI's.
I would disagree because
okay.
AI doesn't understand the strength of the New York financial markets, the amount of money they have under management, and right now the chaos is controlled chaos to benefit most of the hedge funds. Okay. That's not going to change. I think the real change will come as policies change in the White House.
What kind of policies would need to change in order to bring gold and silver down? America
first. America first. That's the only policy. And we haven't seen America first since Trump was in office. Is he going to throw a tariff on everything right away? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he called Xi Jinping and said, okay, all this fentanyl is coming from your country. So we're going to tariff everything from China until it stops. He certainly is within his rights to do that. If I were president, I would have done that a long time ago. We need to reel that in. We need to stop this wholesale immigration in its tracks. Are we going to see 2,000 gold again? Maybe not. We may have passed that point. Are we going to see 2,100? Well, in one of your videos I said, we could definitely see 2,100. I'm not so sure now. I saw an article that proposed that if Trump is elected, we will see gold go to 23 or below 23. I would say that that is very reasonable to expect.
Because of the expectations of more sound money?
Fiscal responsibility is very important because it's been so out of control.
So you disagree with AI?
Well, it depends on where your AI comes from.